Welcome to Off the Wall Podcast with Mike
and Jake.
Just goofing off. We wanted to start a podcast. And what made you want to start the podcast?
I mean, I'm big into talking to people about random things and getting my opinions out there. A lot of my opinions are off the wall, hence the name of the show. So a lot of people, like to argue with me a lot of them, and I love to argue about them, and that's where this show is going to go. A lot of back and forth with these arguments with
I'd say constructive, talks. I wouldn't say arguments.
Talks, better words for that.
We wanted to throw questions out for the community to help us out, and it was not. I was like, it's the internet.
Right.
It's gonna help us out.
Right. Oh, somebody's gonna give us a good question.
That was not the case. We'll get to that later, but
they're not bad questions, but
they're not great.
They're not off the wall questions.
Well, technically they would be.
I guess they would.
It's just because it wasn't what I was expecting. I thought we could get some good questions.
You're right. Off the wall.
I guess I guess the reason I wanted to do this was I was talking to my dad about it. When we produced those two videos we made for our other channel,
Rolling Crits,
yeah. The
videos will be back hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, eventually. When we made those, and you were there because I edited all the videos at your house.
Okay, it's okay.
I don't know how many hours it took for me just to edit those videos, and I really, really wanted to, make them good, and we're just too poor and too lazy and dumb to afford a nice, editing software for our, for our videos, and I felt like they could have been so much better. But at the same time, once I posted those online, I was ridiculously proud. I mean, I felt.
Oh, absolutely.
I felt that sense of pride. It's like I made this. This is my first, piece of work I put.
Hey, they were pretty good.
They were all right. They were great.
You can still go and watch them if you look up our YouTube channel at Rolling Crits.
Totally. I checked. I remember the first week it went up. It doesn't have many views. It has less than 50 views.
Yeah.
But it's a long.
A lot of the views are us viewing it ourselves.
Just refreshing.
Getting a couple hundred views in there for us.
Yeah. No. But I remember just sitting there. I was like, one person watched it, and it didn't register.
Right? It was like, oh my god!
It didn't register. I was that one person because I uploaded. I was like, hey guys, what's up? I put it in. But I thought it was I just remember sitting there. I was like, I like doing this. I like producing a set content,
it's a lot of fun to do that.
It's a different. And I think we live in this time now where it's you're able to put anything out there. I mean, whatever you want to do, you can throw it out there. Anything you have an interest in. Me and my dad, we were talking about how he didn't get the whole esports thing. How Overwatch has become the big esports thing, and we were talking how I told him about the videos we produced before with the what do you call it, the Rolling Crits thing, the board games, the D&D stuff, and he's like, I don't understand why anyone would want to watch that. I was like, a lot of people, they just want to feel included.
It's a newer age where
that's what I said.
People are definitely. Because I had the same, thing with my parents where they understood, but they were.
They understood the passion, but they're just
but they're why would you want to watch that? And I'm like, well, it's just so with our Rolling Crits productions, I mean, it's telling a story, and people get to be involved in that story, over time when we actually got
produced
more
42 episodes,
and we're able to have
becoming the characters
and everything. We're becoming our characters. People were, soon going to be able to interact once we got our stream going and everything.
We were hoping. I had the layout all done. We were looking at it today. I was like, I forgot I did that.
That's what it is, and that's honestly what we're going to do here, if you have questions, you wanted us to answer anything like that, hit us up.
If they're going to be funny questions, make sure they're funny.
Right,
they weren't funny.
Make sure they're funny.
They were really hurtful, some of them.
Stop asking about penis sizes.
Yeah,
we're not gonna tell you. We're not gonna tell you.
In reality, there's probably 14 people that really know.
We're not gonna tell you. But yeah, hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram.
You follow us on
Twitter. Twitter us.
I mean, most of you guys that are going to be listening to this, hopefully, are people that we already know.
Exactly.
And that's why we want to extend the conversation, because sometimes a lot of people's voices, that's why I did the anonymous thing. A lot of people want to keep their questions anonymous because they want to be, in a sense, shamed or whatever for their questions.
That's why hit us up on Snapchat. We won't tell you. We're not going to say, hey, John Smith said this question.
Yeah.
What an idiot. No, we're not going to throw
That
out
was,
names
but,
like
I mean, like, I know we're joking about the whole one question. The biggest question we got was how well endowed we are.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a little bit trolling. But at the same time, it was humorous.
It is humorous.
I was like, oh, come on, here's another
It's like
one.
how many, like, every time someone sent a question, I'm just like, wow.
Oh, I
Like,
tell you
reading it, I'm like, where's the penis thing?
Did I send you that picture with what happened on my Snapchat?
Yeah.
So
I was like, what the heck?
So this, I think it's the same dude who's been doing it to me since like college. I mean, it's happened since my freshman year of college. And I was like, that's why I'm kind of like super sympathetic or like empathetic to girls that deal with this stuff because it's happened to me kind of thing. And I was like, so to prerequisite this entire story, for the podcast, I posted my Snap code, so you're able just to scan it, put it in your phone, and add me to Snapchat. And a person added me. I assumed it was for questions they wanted to keep private, because it was maybe an embarrassing question or something, they were really passionate about, and they want people to judge them for. So I add the person back. I'm not going to say names. So I add this guy back, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Immediately, like he was sitting there on his phone.
He's like, "I'm ready."
He was locked and ready. But it brings a whole new meaning to that phrase, "locked and ready." So this dude, he's like, "Hey, dude, what's going on?" I was like, "Nothing much, just working. Do you want to ask a question for the podcast?" And he goes, just doesn't even say yeah, just says, "I'm horny, LOL." That's it. Like, I was like, what?
Oh.
I'm at work.
Thanks for the information.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. But it's like, this has happened. I think that, like, this dude's probably created 12 different Snapchat accounts specifically to mess with me. Because I don't want to say he's like trolling. I don't want to say he's like 100% honest about it. But I was like, what in the friggin' world, dude? I was like, oh shit. So, I'm like sitting there trying to think of a clever response, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm going all out. So I look up the address to the Pittsburgh Improv, and I sent him the address. I was like, meet me here. He's like, where is this? I was like, it's the Pittsburgh Improv. Since you're a clown, you want to tell jokes? And
yeah,
I immediately
stuff like that, you're gonna get.
Yeah,
get some smart ass remarks.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I'm funny. I'm probably not in like full comedic effect right now, but it's kind of it's nerve wracking because all you have in front of you is the camera and your friend to your side. I'm not really sure what to do with my hands or look.
Right, my hands are just all over.
I feel like Ricky Bobby.
Right.
But
if you see me snap my fingers sometimes, I just
we're trying to get the syncing up because Mike, our editor, is an idiot.
Not an idiot.
Not good.
Not great.
I mean, I guess just like for the hope of this podcast, it's just to do something I enjoy doing because I still want to produce content. I found this just the videos alone were just so interesting to make, and I want to eventually get the editing software where we can edit just these videos. I want to turn this into a bigger thing because I think this has potential. I mean, like I put a lot of work just into the set,
right.
But it's like
put a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah, we were talking about it, like we have like so many plans for this, and we just started but like we were so passionate about it in the beginning already. It's the first episode, and it's like I'm passionate about
running and gunning.
Yeah,
I'm like
I talk people's ears off.
Exactly.
I get in trouble at
what
work.
we do. We talk and talk and talk. I have a degree in communications, which is nothing but just talking to people.
I mean, I have a degree
so
in criminal justice criminology. I have to deal with people, so it's like I want to make this a thing. I love it already. I'm having so much fun.
All right.
But
we haven't jumped into some of the segments. I mean, we got some.
Oh, you ready to jump into some segments? Wait, Jake, you want to jump on the Segway with me?
Segway.
Whoa! All right. So I guess like we're gonna start off a little bit soft. I mean, have you seen any movies in the past few months? Because it's we've been putting all our effort towards this the past weeks.
Well, the other night, me and Calvin, brother, went to our parents were watching The Pope of Greenwich Village.
Is this a scary movie? Or
nope. It's an old movie about two guys. I left halfway through to go to the store with my mom.
You're a heathen.
Back. It's
about the Pope.
No,
That's blasphemous, you
No,
heathen.
it's like a mafia movie, but not
Okay. Oh, okay. I
It's
think I know
like-
what you're
it's
talking
like
about.
they-
It's kind of like referencing Godfather 3.
sort of.
Yeah.
But like it's about these two guys that like steal from the mafia and then.
Oh, they steal. Oh, so no, it was nothing like Godfather 3.
Okay.
Okay.
So, anyway, and it's not a bad movie. It's old, so obviously
it suffers from the same tropes.
Exactly, but overall the story's there. If you remade it, it'd probably be good. But
That's probably blasphemous.
but
to
I mean,
say to
it's
some
like
people.
the dude gets his
For
thumb
sure.
chopped off, and it's just hilarious how that works. Like his thumb gets chopped off, and then he's just like, Charlie, they cut my thumb off, and I'm like, oh, okay. And that's when I walked back in at that scene, and I'm like, oh, what happened to get to this movie?
Right.
So, but I mean, it's not.
It wasn't bad, but it could have been better. I think it just suffered from the time. It didn't hold up.
It definitely suffered from time.
It didn't hold up. I don't know. When was the last movie I seen? I came home the other night when we were talking about setting up the recording date. I came home. I was watching this old Halloween movie with my dad. Not like Halloween Michael Myers, but like just spooky movie. And again, it suffers from the time of the era. My dad's all about those like classic what is it, John Carpenter movies? You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
But like we were watching it, and I was genuinely surprised. I don't remember the name of it. I'll have to ask him about it again. But no, it was. I was watching the monster. It was probably like prosthetic makeup because at the time it didn't really have CGI, and as cheesy as it was campy, of course. It was because it was a movie at the time, but it was genuinely spooky. It caught me off guard.
Were you spooked?
I was spooked solid.
Spooked solid.
I was spooked solid. I love Halloween movies. I love spooky movies. I don't like scary movies, but I like spooky movies. I like movies that like I guess the psychological thrillers are like my thing. Like I watched The Zodiac forever ago, and it's like one of my favorite movies. Like the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
He's a babe. No, like I love Jake Gyllenhaal. Anything he's in, I'm interested in. Like
He's,
Jarhead, but I love Jarhead.
Prince of Persia wasn't even that bad, you know.
I didn't see it. It was a terrible
terrible concept. I think.
I mean, it was a game beforehand.
But
obviously.
Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't bad.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it failed from casting. I think because he was on a hot streak at the time. I think I remember.
I haven't seen the new Spider-Man with him in it.
It's
but I
he's
heard it was
ridiculous.
good.
He's crazy in it. I mean, did you see Nightcrawler with him in it?
I did not.
Nightcrawler
I heard it was good as well.
Nightcrawler was insane because he starts off this like mild mannered kind of just like timid kind of character, and he just divulges into this like power hungry kind of like media person. I mean, it really speaks like volumes about the media, and but him and Spider-Man, dude. I mean, it breaks my heart every time I talk about it now. The MCU Sony merger Spider-Man. It was the best thing that happened to the MCU. I mean, next to getting the Fantastic Four back. I mean, I could talk years about that shit. But, because I remember back when Fan 4 Stick, the one like with Miles Teller in it, because that one was garbage. I didn't even watch it. I watched trailers for it and it looked terrible. Like, you can tell a lot about a movie from a trailer. But,
no, I watched that one.
Even
though I'm a big fan of it.
I love Fantastic. I love Fantastic Four. I remember seeing the first 2 movies. There's one before that not many people know about, and it's garbage. But the Silver Surfer and the original Fantastic Four were great. The Thing's one of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah.
But Jake. Back to the main point. Jake Gyllenhaal and Spider-Man, dude. It's like he's like a toned down version of Nightcrawler, in my opinion, at least. I think he was crazy good, and there was times where I was like, it threw me for a loop. I knew how it was going to end because like I read comics before. I kind of went in there knowing what to expect. There's a lot of nice little Easter eggs too, and it's unfortunate that we could potentially not get another MCU Spider-Man because Sony sucks. You hear that, Sony? Coming for you? No, I'm not. I'm joking. Big Brother's watching. No, I didn't like the only good Sony Spider-Mans are obviously the first Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire. Some of those are questionable because
Tobey Maguire is just an average actor.
Don't say that.
Does not make
Don't say that.
Better.
You don't say that.
Worse. It's just Seabiscuit. Like, come on.
He's best friends with Leo DiCaprio, dude. Like, I don't think you know what you're talking about, kid. I'm like throwing my dogs in the river, honey. Could you not?
His dog name is Honey, not any girl. I promise you.
Nah, Forever Lundy. But no, where was I at? My dog threw me for a loop. We were talking about Spider-Man. Oh, Sony. So Sony, and they produced. I don't know if you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, but
I have not.
it's on
It's
Netflix.
on Netflix.
I
Passed over.
dude,
Probably.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried.
Did you?
It was that good.
I've heard that
It's
just-
ridiculously good.
I've heard it's the best Spider-Man.
It's hands down the best Spider-Man. I was like, oh, Tom Holland's the best, whatever, rah, rah, rah. No, this is the best Spider-Man. Miles Morales is one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Best, and like it has little nods and Easter eggs, to a little bit of everything. And the dude from New Girl plays the adult Spider-Man. Yeah,
Schmidt?
No, Nick, I think it is.
Nick?
Yeah.
Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson,
That's what
yeah.
his name is, yeah.
I was like, no, not Jake
Love him.
Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
No, Jake Johnson. I'm a big fan.
Nick Cage is in it too. The boys love the Cage.
We're just blonde boys too. We're blonde boys too.
Yeah, if you haven't, I showed Jake this video probably about like 4 months ago. It's
so bad.
it's so good. It's by Ryan McGee and Matt Watson from Super Mega, but when they were a part of a channel previous called Syndigo, I believe, and it's called Blonde Boys, and it's
Give it a watch.
It's life changing, I'd say, because Jake
I
has been
can't say you'll enjoy it.
I
Can't say you'll hate it. Probably be in the middle.
It's like there's a one way about it. Either you like it or you don't. You're not gonna fall in the middle. I think at least.
A lot of people that I talk to don't like it, but I still sing it because it's just.
I think it's great. But no, like, but you know the whole MCU thing with losing Spider-Man. Like I could see both sides of the argument where it was like Spider-Man belonged, in my opinion, belonged at Disney just because like they were pumping out some good movies. I mean, Far From Home, it was, I mean, not only like a great Marvel film, but like a great Spider-Man film, and like it was so good. I'd honestly give it like an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't give it a perfect just because like it's super biased, but like 8 out of 10 because I think it's above average because it does have some plot holes and some things I didn't like about it, but it kind of like expands because it's supposed to take place like right after Endgame, and I was like.
Well, I heard a lot of arguments about that because, like they travel to London and everything, and London seems fine, like not
damaged,
like
not super damaged, yeah.
Like like the rest of the world kind of went to shit.
Yeah,
I got London, who's.
I guess that's a huge plot hole. I think it's funny.
It's just a lot of the problems that I think we face. Like I understand that it does. What, flash forward like 3 years or something like that?
No.
Does it not?
No,
I thought at the end of Endgame.
Oh, Endgame. The beginning of Endgame, actually. It's like, like the first 10 minutes, it flash forwards like 5 years.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
So, like,
I still, 5 years after Thanos snaps his fingers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the world would still be shit.
Yeah, I mean, we're
like,
still.
yeah, we're building.
It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. We're still working on the Pittsburgh turnpikes and shit.
28 will never be finished.
It'll never like. I have a piece of garbage board, and every time I like just like driving over a speed bump, not like speeding over it, just driving over it, it'll stall my engine out.
Oh, jeez.
Ford, I've been trying to get in contact with you.
Ooh.
I know you're listening to this.
Obviously.
I know you're.
What else are you doing? You're not making good cars.
Yeah. But no, I love my baby. I love Jeff. His name's Jeff. Hefe. Yeah. So no, I mean, I did enjoy it though, but that was probably the most recent movie I've seen in theaters. I've been like really just. I mean, I've got you into it at this point. I've just been playing a lot of Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I went on a streak where that game was dead to me, and
that's most games. Though.
It's literally it was literally just I could not
figure it out
into it and figure it out. Yeah, and then
it's just really fast paced.
It is. It's a lot more fast paced. I was playing a game called Smite. It's a little bit slower, a little bit.
It's more.
Like you have to learn how to play the character.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like the master.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like Overwatch, you're gonna have to learn how to play a character, 100%. Like if you don't know how to play a character, you're pretty much screwed. But Smite,
you can just get good with one.
You don't have to learn more than one character. Yes. With Overwatch,
You have
I'm
to
learning
there's
multiple
counters.
characters. There's counters. There's different classes. There's different abilities. There's different times when
This isn't really
this
right.
tank would work on this map, but not on this map. Whereas
Yeah.
Smite, it's just
one
you're playing
giant
arena.
map, yeah.
You're playing one.
I think that's where like they differ though, because I've seen a lot because I played Dota for a bit, and like I was watching some League stuff, League of Legends stuff, just because like it's really big in esports in Korea at least, and where they differ from all those games like Dota, even Smite I throw in there. They have a lot of characters but no maps.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
I think that's a big
and they're
big thing.
They're able to
There's
balance
no
characters
maps.
characters a little bit easier, but the maps don't offer anything because it's a top-down perspective or third-person perspective. There's not much 3D platforming involved with it. Whereas you go to Overwatch, you have that 3D platform aspect to it, where you have characters flying, you have characters jumping on other things, or characters going underground or whatever.
Oh, exactly.
And
it's a lot more complex than
it's a lot faster paced.
Exactly, so much faster.
It's the first game I really adjusted sensitivity to because I was just turning. I'm getting killed left and right. And since I've adjusted my sensitivity.
Well, yeah. I started off with my sensitivity as it was, and he's like telling me, "Oh, you got to adjust your sensitivity.
Would not take it. Would not take the advice.
You'll have so much more fun." Refuse to.
No.
Dude. I'm in the middle of a match one time.
Screw it, I'm doing it.
I'm gonna change it. I went on like a 12 kill streak. Ended the game positive, one gold medal to the limit. I was like, the sensitivity thing. It
Might have
works.
been.
It works.
Yeah. I've been dedicated to what was it now 200 levels to playing that game. So basically, I think it's maybe 100 hours I've dedicated to that game. It's ridiculous. I love that game.
Right.
One of my favorite games currently. Oh yeah. Because I've been watching a lot of the esports stuff. It's not going to be the game that breaks through to the mainstream, like esports. I think I'd like it to be, but I think the next thing Blizzard pumps out that is going to be esports driven, like Overwatch, it's gonna break through. I think at least.
I hope so.
Because I didn't realize that a lot of the games I love, like Diablo 3, Overwatch. Now what was the other one I was playing the other day? I forget, but they're all Blizzard games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're
Well,
insane.
yeah, Blizzard makes decent.
Yeah. Did you ever see the cinematics for Overwatch, like the cinematic shorts?
I watched a couple of them. Yeah.
They're like Disney quality, like Disney animation quality.
They're pretty good.
Really good. Disney is just. I'm waiting for. I was like.
Yeah, why aren't they in video games yet?
Disney
Really?
is. They were re-releasing the Simba game, whatever, the Lion King game and the Lion game for them. They made for the SNES.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about making a game that's not based on one of the
properties. Yeah, it's kind of an original property. I like that.
Make a video game. You are a multi-billion-dollar company who runs the world.
Essentially, it's becoming an oligarchy.
Between you and Walmart right now.
I think Disney might be in cahoots.
Probably. I mean,
Disney owns Fox now.
Disney owns Fox. It owns Marvel. It owns Sony.
How much? Wait, what doesn't they're probably never gonna own Sony.
No, they're trying to.
They're working on
it.
I like to see them just do a 50-50 deal. That's all I want to see.
Let me get.
I mean,
let me get a
fair.
sequel to Venom.
No, Venom was garbage.
No, Venom was not garbage.
It was so bad.
You have to understand that the first movie in that series had to be a garbage story movie about how they all met and everything and how everything went down.
They didn't do that with Spider-Man Homecoming because it's been done so many times.
It's never been done with Venom. It's never been done with
I want to see it.
Venom.
I think they should have done, especially with the Venom movie, Agent Venom, but that's a whole different story altogether. Agent Venom he was working with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think they would have been better. But how do you work that in? James Gunn's back to direct Guardians 3.
Oh, super excited
Money.
about that one. Super.
That was so stupid. Because I know in 10 years someone's gonna bring this podcast up to us. The first episode we were like, "Hey Sony, you remember this?
Right.
Because this idiot said this 10 years ago. You're gonna bully him now?
Got him.
Yeah, remember that 10 years ago when you were talking about your wiener?
Right.
Yeah. Maybe. The Gucci man, bitch, I might be. Bitch, I might be. No, so it's I do a lot, but back to the whole esports thing. I do watch that a lot. That Bears-Packers game, sports-wise, I'd rather watch esports on TV than that Bears-Packers game the other night, though. It was so bad.
Oh, so I don't know how many times they ended up running the ball, but I think it was halfway through the third quarter. The Packers had ran the ball 8 times. 8 times in 2.5 quarters. The reason why I'm upset is because I have the running back for. I have Aaron Jones as my running back for my fantasy team. And when you're only getting the ball 8 times, and he was only targeted like once or twice for a catch, I'm like the dude, like, what are you doing there, Aaron Rodgers? You're getting sacked like 14 times.
Aaron Rodgers, I don't know how much time he has left under his belt in the league. I mean,
he's still good.
He's
He's
good.
still good.
I hate when people say he's overrated.
He's not overrated.
He's not overrated.
He's a great quarterback.
I mean, he's not at Tom Brady level.
I think he's top 3.
Yeah, I say top 3.
Right now, he's top 3.
Top 3. I'd say he was always top 3. I mean, once he started starting.
Oh, absolutely.
But I mean,
He's
it's
been
just
top 3 since the beginning.
If you look at it, he just
I think in the next couple years, he's definitely going to drop down. Still top 10, but he's definitely.
I think he's going to be within the top 10 this end of the season.
Probably.
I mean, that's just my prediction for Aaron Rodgers. He's clutch.
Yeah.
As well as you're the best quarterback probably of all time ever, and I hate saying it. I hate saying his name. It's like the devil in my house kind of thing.
My boy, Tom Brady.
Thomas Brady.
All right.
He kisses his son on the mouth. So
Of course he does, man. If I was Tom Brady,
Never mind.
if I was Tom Brady's son, I'd kiss him on the mouth too.
Wouldn't you kiss Tom Brady on the mouth?
Right,
I was gonna direct it the other way.
For sure.
Because I thought it was funny. Of course I was.
But yeah, no, Tom Brady is obviously the GOAT. I mean,
He is the GOAT.
yeah,
It hurts my
he's
soul.
amazing. I'm not a Patriots fan.
No.
I can't stand the
Can't
Patriots.
stand the fans.
But I will give credit where credit's due. Tom Brady
Look at
is a great
Smack.
quarterback. Bill Belichick's a great coach.
He's huge.
He takes crappy players and makes them good.
Oh
So
yeah, I've seen the thing where it's
Josh Gordon's about to be great.
how about somebody was already talking about getting
starting
Brown.
him.
I think it was a post on our NFL on Reddit. They were talking about Bill Belichick's gonna develop Antonio Brown and do it.
I can see it.
It's gonna happen, dude.
Antonio Brown.
How old is Tom Brady? I don't want to talk about Antonio Brown.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
If
no.
Antonio Brown demanded a trade or a release the other day.
Yeah. Oh, right, from the Raiders.
Yes, because they're finding him and suspending.
Well, it's
him
his
and
fault.
everything. He's an idiot. Yes.
What a clown,
Look
dude.
at his mustache. He's an idiot. My mustache golden. His mustache crap.
Crustache. I have a crustache. I got the mean chops. I mean, I'm turning to look at you the entire time. Just getting everybody
Right?
to.
I'm looking at it.
This is
It's
he's
hard not to look at
recording.
the
Yeah, it's
chops.
recording.
But no, yeah. I mean, it's just. I honestly don't know what happened. He was such a level-headed person.
I think we got hit by Burfict. How about Burfict was swinging back in the locker room?
Oh.
Yeah, when you got hit by Burfict, he hasn't been the same since. I've seen that name everywhere.
Definitely. Has.
I mean, I got a concussion. I don't know. Have you had a concussion?
I have a couple.
Okay. I've had
Nothing too major, but.
I've had maybe a handful. I mean, I know I had a few during football.
I mean, we could bring on our concussion expert.
A concussion expert, yeah, just having a doctor's uniform, just have a little segment, just record it.
He's gonna be like, I'm not a doctor.
Not a
They just
doctor.
made me put on a doctor's uniform. I've just had
He's got
17
Trying to
concussions.
join the family business.
Right?
This is a house of learning doctors.
I know more about concussions than
Yeah.
anybody. I've
No,
had 17 major concussions.
The last one I had though was when I got whiplash pretty hard, where your head snapped real quick, and a few people know that story. I won't be repeating it. But no, I remember.
He was at a club in the song "I Whip My Hair Back and Forth."
Yeah, I just gotta go the real
We'll
story.
go with
I
that
was like,
story because it's more funny.
yes, I was headbang. Oh, don't say that. I was whipping my head back and forth to Willow Smith's. I whip my head back and forth because we're back in 2009 when that song was popular.
Was it 2000?
I don't know. I know it was before 2013 when I graduated because that song was. But I think it was when I dated your cousin.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. That's
Next topic.
Yeah, moving on. No, I guess the sports. A few weeks ago the Daniel Cormier, Miocic fight. That was good.
Yeah.
I watched some of the highlights from it. Steep's one of my favorite. DC's one of my favorites. I don't watch a lot of it as much as I do these days. I mean, our buddy.
I feel like the UFC and MMA, it's kind of gone. They don't have, like the McGregor anymore. Like he was the one that brought.
He's coming back. And he's a douchebag. He punched.
But that's what it brought so many fans to the UFC.
It broke through
because of literally how big of a douchebag he is.
Yeah.
but like you gotta love him. I mean, the stuff he says is just like
It's off the wall.
yeah, it's off the wall.
Off the wall. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that.
Let's get him on the
Conor McGregor on Off the Wall.
Right? Where
Episode 2.
It's like, but no, I mean, he brought in,
Yeah, no.
like you said, it made it mainstream.
I think he made it more popular, whereas I think the generation before, like Chuck Liddell's era, kind of made it popular, but
It
didn't
made
make
it
it
popular
mainstream.
and made it look like, hey, like, I am a badass. I'm gonna kick this dude's
Yeah.
face in. Like, Chuck Liddell is a badass.
Yeah, he still whooped your
Oh,
ass.
absolutely, 100%.
Toughest guy on the planet.
I'd like to see him and Chuck Norris face off. Just
I don't know. I got my money on Chuck Liddell. I like Chuck Norris. Anyone that knows me knows I have an affinity for Chuck Norris. Chuck Liddell's winning. No, what was I gonna say? Shit. No, what else? Oh, my dog's throwing me off. I thought I have a pug and he's just howling because he wants to play, and I can't have him on the podcast because you guys would bully him.
Yeah.
Bully my son.
Don't bully me.
No, like eventually I think so talking about guests. I want to have a guest on at some point. Like our one buddy runs a podcast. Two of our buddies run podcasts with themselves. Like I don't want to name them by name because I don't know if they want to feel comfortable with that yet. But they run one, and I want to keep it lighthearted as we do.
Definitely.
But I think we can talk about more serious topics. I'm not going to limit us. Is what I'm saying.
No, exactly. Like we're here.
This is the first episode. You know what I mean? I want to have fun.
So. But yeah, I mean, if you give us a serious topic, I mean, we can be serious.
Hey Jake, are you ready to jump on this segue? Because I think it's time for your first segment of the podcast. Segue. Oh! I'm gonna edit that one time, so it's just like the camera's shaking and just segues flying across. Just like flaming segues.
Segues.
Not even like the ones where you hold on, just like the little things.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Get out. Get away from my camera.
This is a private view.
She's not on camera, that's cool. Nah, okay, so you ruined the segue, honey. So back to the segue. Alright, so this is the first segment we're going to do, because we're still trying to develop some stuff, but we thought it was just a funny concept. And it's so bad. But it's going to lead, I think it's going to lead into something like where people can talk about, like, funny interactions. Not just guys, but like girls talking about it too. Yeah. But we're going to call this segment Jake's Tinder Time for the time being. Not that, it's just Jake's Tinder time. So he's going to pull out his phone and he's going to talk about his recent matches, and we're going to talk about crazy shit that's been said to us. Or our favorite pickup lines.
Let's load it in. Let's get her real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway,
who's your first match? You can say first names.
So
it's a public domain.
Well, no, I'm out of likes.
Out of likes.
I don't like her. I'm real upset.
Oh.
I got like 50 minutes left. So anyway, top on the list is this chick. Her name is Ashley. Yeah, I mean, she's not terrible looking. She's not bad looking. I mean, I don't judge. I'm not gonna lie to you. I swipe right on everybody. I give everybody a fair shot.
Swipe and pray method.
I just,
solid man.
I'm fine with
solid game plan.
Like whatever happens, man. I'm here for.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I swipe right on everybody, give everybody the fair chance, to hit me up, let me hit them up.
What is the craziest thing someone sent you on Tinder? Like the craziest message you've ever gotten? I'm trying to think of mine. I think the one was like, I made out with your dad or something. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. No, I think it was like somebody I knew, and they're just roasting me. As you know, it happens. I think the craziest thing I've ever sent to somebody, I sent you the picture before I actually sent it. I don't know if I want to say it.
Bad.
It was bad.
Please lay it out on the line.
Please, you want me to play? Should I lay it out on the line? Should I risk my entire future career on this?
I would love that.
All right. So I'm gonna pre-reference it. That was very poorly timed, but tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Pretty much.
And in America, it's like there's a comedian that's talked about it. It's like he wants to do jokes on the shootings, mass shootings, but it's like he can't do jokes on mass shootings because there's no time for the people to process the tragedy. I mean, we see now with 9/11. It's like we see 9/11 jokes. We're not getting edgy, but I'm just saying we see that tragedy plus time equals comedy. I'm not going to say the joke, but you know where I was heading, and I said, hey, to a girl from Ohio, and we're gonna leave it at that. I didn't send it because I was like, I will burn in hell if I say this. But one of my favorite pickup lines is, ladies, is, "Are you a toaster? Because I want to take a bath with you." Or ladies, I'm single. I'm single and I'm ready to fucking kill myself. I don't mean that. It's a joke. It's a meme. Get over it. You're sitting there texting people, and I'm trying to get you.
This chick on Snapchat actually.
Oh my god, this is Jake's Tinder time. It's turning to Mike's Tinder talk.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking it away real quick.
No, because you're not cutting in.
Buttons. All right. So anyway, my favorite conversations. Oh, I can't even find it.
Wow.
My favorite conversations on Tinder are the ones where you match, because I swipe right on everybody. They match with you, and then you're like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, they start the conversation back, and we start talking, and it just gets to the point where like I don't actually want to talk on Tinder,
So it's
like,
kind of weird.
I just want to know why you're here.
Yeah.
So like I always about the third, maybe fourth line that I send is, "What are you looking for on here?" Now, I got some good answers.
Bold statement.
A lot of them are, "I'm looking for a relationship." A lot of the responses I give to that are, "Well, you're on the wrong site." Tinder wasn't made for that.
It was specifically made for a dating app.
I mean,
see, when I was on it, I say like I go with the flow kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm just looking for something casual, is what I said.
We're disgusting human beings.
A little bit, but it's alright because I'm not actually looking for a relationship. Because I just find that women suck. But that's a topic for another time. But no, so that but a couple people are like, "Well, I'm looking to blank blank blank," and a lot of the time it's, "I'm looking to have fun. I'm looking to not really have anything serious, but I'm not looking for a hookup. I'm looking for friends." And I'm like, "Why? You could go out to a bar if you're looking for a friend."
No. I think we lose that concept as an adult, though. It's like, how do you make friends?
It's a lot of online today, and it's irritating.
Online is
I hate
toxic.
talking to
I
people
was
online.
off Twitter for about a year. I couldn't do Twitter anymore. I'm back on now, and I hate it.
Dude, I tried to get back on. I made a tweet saying, "I'm back, bitches."
Yeah,
it's
I'm back, boys.
And I'm like, nope. I haven't tweeted since. I haven't even been on since.
I deactivated my account. My original account, I had 1,000 followers on there. I mean, I worked hard. That's like one I had from high school through college.
I just can't get into it.
I think the reason I deleted it was because like I just found myself, just wasting a lot of time on there. I still waste a lot of time on there, but
I'm more on Instagram.
I found myself more on Facebook.
I try to get off of that. I can't.
I have to keep a Facebook so my grandmother knows I'm alive.
I keep a Facebook so that people can invite me to stuff.
Yeah, I find myself more on
Messenger because I know some people. The only way I can get a talk.
Jake's Tinder talk turned into Jake's Tinder moment.
Tinder talk. So this one chick, I remember. I don't have the conversation anymore. I probably deleted. Really upset I deleted. So this chick was like, "I'm looking for fun." And I said, "Cool, I'm looking for fun as well." And I was like, "What kind of fun are we talking about?" And she's like, "Well, she listed 3 things. She said,
Tacos, Clown, Circus.
Nope, I really like movies. I love to go bowling.
That's fair.
And I really like anal." So baffled by that fucking bowling one. The anal literally caught me off guard. I was like,
it usually does.
I was like, wait a second. Movies, bowling, anal. That's the third one.
Yeah.
Not food. Not.
It's like I like
to go to concerts. It's anal. Before food and concerts. That's when that I was like, oh. All right.
Oh man.
I was like, I've never done that.
That's a girl you bring home to mom.
Right. I was like, I've never done that. I'd be willing to try.
She went on you.
No. And then she's like, really? And I said, yeah. I was like, and then I ruined it, of course.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it.
Because I said, yeah. How big's your strap on? She said, "That's not what I meant." I said, "Well, it's what I meant," and then she just unmatched. It's,
I like
I like to mess with people.
Yeah, no.
It's more-
At this point now, it was.
I'm a giant meme to people
Yeah.
on Tinder, and it's hilarious.
I think I got done with it just because I was talking to a girl and I was just like I don't really see a need for it. For a while it's just used as a confidence boost, and then just because I was in a weird place where I was like 300 pounds and I was just fat. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror and feel comfortable with it.
Now, baby.
Yeah, man, lost almost 100 pounds now. Working on it. I can this is a Hot Topic vest, extra large Hot Topic. Shout out. And I fit into it now. People see me in it all the time. It's my go-to gear. I love it because I'm full of unresolved teen angst. So I just want to But back to my original point. We talk. I talked to girls when I talked to girls on Tinder. And we set up a date, and I remember the one. There's a few that stand out. I take this girl on a date. I drive to Pittsburgh, pick her up, and I was within the area.
Okay.
I take her to dinner, and we're talking. It was kind of that Instagram reality moment where her pictures did not match her face or body, and which is fine because I was probably, for her, it's probably like this kid isn't as good looking as his pictures, and that's fair.
I look good at pictures.
No, I don't. So. I take her, and I was like, I was like, I'm not going to be shallow. I'm going to be open-hearted kind of thing. We talked, and it's like when you vibe with somebody, like the wavelengths we're hitting just right. And we're at dinner, and we're laughing. She's like, she's like, I think I'm tired. You want to take me home? I was like, oh yeah, no big deal. I didn't think anything of it. So I take her home, and I'm sitting in the car. I was like, hey, here you go. Park my car, just so I can walk. I was like, hey, I'll make sure you get in your house safe. It was like I wasn't leaning in to kiss her or anything. I was just being played. It was the first date. And I would say, it was a very nice meeting. As soon as I went to say, very nice meeting you, she sprints out my door. Because I was like, I was looking at her house. I was like, this is your place. I was like, I'll wait for you to head inside. She sprints out of my car, and I've never heard from her since. I was like, what?
Oh my god!
I sat there for 10 minutes in front of her house. I thought she was gonna call the cops on me because I was that baffled. I was like, yeah, no. I figured it out too late. I am dumb. She got a free meal. Way to work it, sis. I appreciate the effort.
Got it.
She got 4 beers on my tab.
Oh,
they were good beer too. I drank them.
That's rough.
It was like a banana muffin. It was very good craft beer. And then my most famous one was I was talking to this girl on Tinder or Bumble, one of those ones, and I go to the bar to meet her. This is over a year ago at this rate. Over a year ago. I'm at the bar, and I was waiting there. So you're like when you get there somewhere before someone, you kind of want to get comfortable, loosen up, get adjusted to your surroundings. So I grabbed a beer, and it turns out she had the same idea. She was at the end of the bar with her friends, and I went. She knew it was me because I said, "Hey, I'm wearing this." It was a nice dress shirt, a nice polo shirt. My little Bill shirt, as some people have called it, because it looks like a shirt little Bill. It looks like a shirt little Bill would wear. little Bill Cosby. Not we had. We'll come back to that. But no, so I approached the girl. I was like, hey. I went to say hi, and she cut me off. She said, ha, no, and then walked away.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, that would have been
a big shot to my ego. It was an RKO to my heart and my ego.
Awesome.
So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I gotta lose some weight. I think it was because I was fat. My tits stuck out bigger than my gut. No, worked on it. It was rough.
Right.
That's a big oof.
I think my favorite Tinder matchup was I was going to college. I'm living up at Pitt Greensburg, and this chick, I was talking to her and everything. She's a big Penguins fan. I was like, yeah, it's dope.
It's dope. Yeah, I like the Penguins.
It's awesome.
Let's get this shit
And
popping.
she was like, yeah, maybe I'll come up and visit you. And I said, yeah, sure, absolutely, because I didn't really have a car at the time, so I couldn't really leave, so that sucked. But she drove from Pittsburgh down to Pitt Greensburg, didn't have a problem. I told her I'd give her gas money if she wanted. She said, no, she's good. So I'm like, all right, this chick's down. We're good. She gets there. She looks absolutely nothing like her pictures. Complete catfish. And I'm like, wow.
Oh, man.
I was like, all right then.
See, I was a douchebag in
Cool.
college. At least I thought I was.
Right? And I'm like looking. I'm like, Jake.
What's wrong with you?
What
Jake?
are we doing, man?
It's like some of the people I brought home would drive the property value down.
Yeah, I was gonna tell her. I was like, don't get me wrong. She wasn't
She's wasn't what
she
you were
was
expecting.
probably like a 6.
She's average. She's
average.
It's just like the picture. I think.
And I'm not saying like I'm a 10.
No.
I'm a hard.
Now
7.
we're reaching hard weird territory. It's just like, it's just you weren't expecting what you got.
Exactly.
Like
So
what you got. You're like oh you got one thing, you got the other.
I said like I said I give everybody a chance. I'm like, well, maybe she's actually still awesome. Maybe her conversations were real.
Yeah, we're still interesting conversation.
I go to introduce myself, say hi and everything, and she's like talking to me, and she's like, well, do you have any alcohol here? And I'm like, it's a dry campus. No. She was like, do you want to go get something? I said, it's a dry campus. Yes, I do, 100%. So I hop in her like nice ass Mustang.
Yeah.
Brand new. I think this was back in 2013, maybe.
So it was
Brand new Mustang. Okay.
was your first year? It was your first year at school?
No. This is like my 3rd year.
Oh yeah, you were older than us significantly.
Yeah. So we go to the liquor store. I'm 21, so I can buy liquor. Is no problem. So go to the liquor store. She just starts grabbing stuff.
Everything.
She's like, bottle of Jack, bottle of Red Stag, here's this icy margarita mix, here's this vodka, and I'm like looking, I'm like, what the hell am I getting into?
I was like, you're paying for that, right?
She went up to the counter, put everything on the counter, she paid for it, went back to my house, backpack on, snuck everything inside. RAs are dumb, they didn't know. Went upstairs, went in my room. She was like, well, I like it all chilled. Can we put it in the freezer? And I said, yeah, that's fine. Put it all in the freezer. Okay, we'll come back to it in about a half hour, get some drinks. Okay?
It's 2 people. How are you gonna drink all that?
Go back to my place. Go back to my room and everything. We're sitting there. Put on the movie Slapshot 2.
Movie's garbage. Slapshot's garbage. Come at me.
It's not the best Slapshot. Okay?
Most
but I put it on because I'm like, well, I'm gonna make a move, and I've seen this movie 100 times. So it's an easy move because I already know what's happening.
You know what you're getting into with Jake now. He puts on Slapshot and slapping
You're
his
in
cheeks.
trouble. Slapshot.
To slap cheeks.
You're in trouble. We're sitting there, and we're watching it a little bit, and then before I could even make a move, she makes a move. I'm like, God, this is great. So, I'll spare you the details. We do it.
Gentleman doesn't kiss and say.
Right, we do it. It was actually pretty good. It wasn't bad.
Move on.
So anyway, so then she's like thinking that she goes to the bathroom, and I'm like, I got catfished pretty hard tonight. I'm like, I don't want her spending the night because she catfished me. I texted my friend.
Yeah.
Told him to call me. He called me. I changed his contact information to my dad. Okay. So he calls me, and I'm like, she sees me pick up the phone and it says Dad. So I'm like, oh, I gotta take this. Go out to the living room away from my room. And I'm like, hey, bro. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be on the phone for you for like 2 minutes here, just talking nonsense to you, and then go back and tell her that.
What if you heard that conversation?
I have to go home. Oh, it would have been bad. So I talked to him for a couple minutes, go back to the room and everything, and I'm like, hey, my dad's coming to pick me up. Apparently, there's an issue in my house. I gotta go help him.
I hope she hears this.
I made up some bullshit story. Okay.
I'm sorry.
And she was like, no, that's fine. I understand. Blah blah blah.
She's trying to do the same shit.
Probably. She was like, I had a really great time. We'll do this again. And I said, okay, cool. I didn't say yes. I said, okay, cool. So I walk her out. Okay.
Yeah.
I go back upstairs, and the minute I get back upstairs, I say, I still have all this alcohol in my freezer.
Oh no.
She bought me 3/5 of one Jack, one Red Stag, and one, I think it was Smith.
That's about $100.
And a margarita mix.
That's about $100 alcohol.
Left it there. Never said anything. Never heard from her again.
Yeah.
I got $100 worth of alcohol.
Well,
She
probably used her sugar daddy's card.
Yes, man. Her parents were apparently super rich and everything. And
$100.
She didn't work, and her parents gave her like $5,000 a month, and she didn't have to work.
Oh,
I'm like,
must be nice.
Garbage,
You missed. I think you're the one that missed out, man.
Yeah, a little bit. I still regret not getting her back up.
Yeah. We need a sugar
Just a
mama.
little regret.
If you want to be my sugar mama, hook
you
me
want
up.
to be a sugar mama, you let us know.
Email us at offthewallpodcast@gmail.com. No, I think, you know, I've done stuff like that, but like my Tinder days were mostly in college, and I was an idiot.
I haven't been on a Tinder date in probably about a good 6 months.
If I go back on it, it's just a goof on people because I want to. I might do it for the podcast.
I go back
but it's
on
like,
from time to time and just give a good swipe right on everybody. I narrowed it down to like if you're not within 10 miles of me, I don't want to meet you.
Oh, so you're limited to the people that are listening to our podcast that will be able to answer.
I hope. Give me some good stuff.
Oh, dude, my segue was, since you're within the area, we can find, and the only people that are around the area are going to be listening to this, so we can finally answer the questions. All right, so we had we sifted through the questions, and that was a brilliant segue. You have to give me that, okay?
It was great.
So
I loved it.
So I don't know if you can hear my dog. I'm sorry. Pickle's being a butthole. So we got these questions. We sifted through them. He got a good one. We kind of had to reword it because it was really, for me, I try to be as politically correct as possible and try to be as inclusive as possible. And that's what I'm gonna do with the question I got, because it was just kind of, someone was asking a genuine, sincere question, and at least towards me. And I was I didn't know how to answer it comfortably. And I'm just, you hear me stuttering and kind of worrying. I don't know if you can hear my dog scratching. I'm sorry. He's howling. He has separation anxiety. But, because I'm down here and he wants to go play. But, no, but the question Jake got, I think, was along the lines, like, as the times have progressed, clothing on, our youth are getting more revealing or becoming more, I'd say inappropriate, just because, like, it's different because I come from a different generation now. You know what I mean?
It's
but it's
definitely less. What I used to wear.
So it's like, I think it's unfair to say it because the styles change,
Mm-hmm.
and
we go through the changes of styles and everything.
Yeah.
You can't expect someone to wear a bonnet and a long dress that covers every part of your
showing off ankle. You're gonna get burned at the stake.
Exactly.
I don't know, but
it's a new age and everything, and people have become more open about it. And I think it's appropriate to be more open with yourself. Exactly. I don't have a problem with it. I'm a very open person, so like I don't
if you can't
care.
tell.
Right, I'll walk outside in my underwear, no problem. I got
a good story about that.
We've come to a new age where it's fine to dress
the way you want.
Yeah, if you want to wear cut off shorts that barely cover anything, and you want to wear a plain white tank top that shows everything, like you choose to stop.
For me, I think it's just like I think it's it's unfair for let's say our parents to judge what we're wearing, because my mom doesn't like this get up. I know when she sees the video, she's like, "What the fuck are you wearing, Michael?" Right. And I'm just like, this makes me happy. This is my style. Yeah, this is what makes me happiest. Yeah. It's something I'm comfortable in, and it's if you have it, flaunt it. Shake what your mama gave you.
Exactly.
But it's I just think
there does come a point where
I think it's too much.
Where you're going.
Yeah, it has to be appropriate.
Know how to dress.
If you're going to school, dress. I think dress appropriately.
I think you should dress in spaghetti strap tank tops and shorts to school. What do you do?
See, I think it's unfair because maybe that's what the person could afford. Maybe that's the only person that had clean a day.
No,
but it has to be fair.
That to a point.
But I think it has to be fair both ways. Because I think you're looking more towards the female aspect. I'm looking more towards the general aspect. At least the way you're saying spaghetti straps. I don't wear spaghetti straps.
No, I understand.
But if a girl can't wear spaghetti straps
for a guy, I can't stand people that wear sweatpants out.
Yeah, I can't stand people that wear pajama pants out. Why is everyone calling me right now? I'm like,
we're in the middle of something. But no, and it's not a hit against anybody. I can't tell you the last time I wore a pair of sweatpants and wasn't at my house.
I'm wearing gym shorts right now, and it's gym shorts though because I go to the gym.
Exactly.
I'm comfortable before I go to work.
But usually, if I'm wearing gym shorts, I'm going to.
Side note, if you wear a wife beater out in public with white tank tops, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Okay.
No, I've dealt with so many people that work. The one guy I told you about, my coworker, the dude last weekend tried to get in it with me. But like I'm saying, at school, I think it should be t-shirts. If it can't be right for one, it can't be right for all.
Exactly.
A gym class should be different.
Exactly.
If you're in gym clothes, you can wear a tank top at gym class. Yeah, it's gonna be dirty. You're gonna look dirty.
Well, what has always bothered me is the difference between a female dressing up and a male dressing up is just incredible. A male, when they have to dress up, their suit pants.
I want to wear a kilt.
Nice shirt. They got this suit jacket, the tie, the whole nine. I don't mind dressing up. I love it actually. I look really good. But like for females, they have so many more options. Like you got
your skirt. We're jealous.
But like they can also wear like I've seen people that are dressed up and they just have jeans and a nice shirt on for a woman and it's acceptable.
Well, guys do
but
it
like
too.
if I do that,
no,
it's like.
Mark Zuckerberg does it.
No, I know he does, but
he's rich though.
He's different.
So there's like
he's on like this.
Dude, wearing what was his name? Fucking dude in Apple, the dead guy. Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
He wore turtleneck and jeans, dude.
No, I understand that, but like
it's a casual.
I'm just saying, like when you're going to an interview.
I think if you're going to a job interview with jeans on, you're not going to be considered.
I would highly hope not, unless it's for like. If it's for like a simple
like
job,
manual
something that I don't expect you to come into Denny's with a suit and tie on for an interview.
Well, I think where you're aiming at is just like dress for the job.
Exactly,
and
you have to dress for the job. But there's some jobs that
require
I've seen people walk into it and I'm like,
well, it might be just be the person's style. Maybe they can't afford a suit. I mean, suits are expensive. I mean, I got one at Target because I'm poor. It was nice, but it's just that was still $200.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
trust me, I've gotten suits at JCPenney and shit. Like, I've gotten to the point
I've had
where
nice Calvin Klein suits.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I just buy nice dress shirts and then I buy nice pants separately. And like, I'm a man of color, so like I dress.
You're a man of color.
I like to wear colorful clothing.
He likes to wear color. He's a very colorful person.
Yeah.
He's not a man of color.
You're right. My mistake.
No, but I think putting a pin in that conversation, it's just like kind of finish on a good note. I think it's just like for me at least, it comes down to the personal preference. Dress appropriate for the situation.
Exactly.
To school. But like, I think it's unfair to say girls shouldn't be wearing spaghetti straps.
No, it's unfair to pinpoint the female race on what they're wearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas like men are like, well, who cares what a man wears? Right?
It should be who gives a shit what you wear as long as you're comfortable. But I think it's dress for the situation.
Yeah, and like know your surroundings a little bit, because
read the room.
Exactly. If you're wearing something that's a little skimpy, like
you're gonna get some looks. Don't be
gonna get looks.
I mean, like if I was shirtless, which I have been, in a party, people are gonna look. I think it's like I said, flash it, you flaunt it. You're gonna get some looks, and you can take it one way or the other. You can use it like, hey, I know I look good today, so these people are checking me out. Or you can be like, I don't know why these people are looking at me. I'm not that great looking. But I mean, it's just like respect people. You know what I mean? Okay. So the
second. One last thing before we segue. If you dress up in a suit and you wear tennis shoes, I hate you. I hope that you trip, fall, and rip your suit. Not that you get injured, just that you rip your suit.
Let's be honest. If people wearing tennis shoes with a suit, they can't afford a suit.
Okay, my brother wears wore Chucks with his suit for prom.
But
it was a dumb thing. It was a dumb thing.
It was a thing.
I still can't stand it.
It was our thing. At the time, it was our thing. But
gonna need to take.
The second question I got was I don't really know if I want to go into detail about it, but it said specifically it said I seem like an open person, which I think I am. I'm willing to talk about anything and kind of see everyone's perspective and try and not sway but influence like a more positive way of thinking. And the way they put it, question was like, would you ever be open to? This one's gonna be a quick answer. Would you ever be open to seriously considering talking to someone of the same gender or whatever you identify as? And I'm gonna keep it straight up. No, it's not my kind of deal. Just not my thing. But more power to you if you want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the question I got. I want to keep. It was an anonymous question. I want to keep. I know you were the only person that sent a serious question. I think you deserve that
serious answer.
Yeah, serious answer, and I think you deserve the recognition.
It's not anything.
I'm not going to ignore it.
We're not going to shame you or anything.
It's 2019. I'm not going to ignore the question. But no, I am. I'm a straight cis man because I'm a piece of garbage. No, no. I have my preferences, as I'm sure everyone has, and do what you want. But no, I mean, I passed the question on to you.
I mean, I'm to the point.
You a sissy?
I'm to the point in my life where, I'm comfortable talking to.
Yeah, I'm comfortable talking about anything.
I'm comfortable talking about anything. I'm, to the point where you want to ask me a question about anything, I will answer the question about anything.
I didn't mean to bring down the tone. We were running high.
Yeah, we were.
But we have to bring it down for a serious
a little bit. Then we'll get right back.
It's a serious question. We're not going to joke about this. This is a serious question.
I've been approached by,
as have I.
I've been approached
I'm a
by
good-looking dude.
men and everything, and they've, flirted with me. And when I tell that they're flirting and everything, I'll give a little flirt back.
Yeah, you're being friendly. I wouldn't say flirt. You're being friendly.
Exactly. I have a very flirtatious thing where I'll flirt with anybody, but that comes with being a server. I've learned over the years that I flirt with
work for your
anybody. I don't
mother.
care who you are.
Very well.
I will flirt with you until you're giggling in your pants. With
Old women are my market.
Throw me money.
Old white women are my target.
Oh my god.
Target audience. They love me. But no, but in all seriousness, it's nothing to joke about.
Problem, but I become very honest with them. I let them know that I'm not interested in doing anything. I'm not interested in taking this to a relationship. But I'm fine with being friends and everything. I'm perfectly fine.
I think the question specifically said intimate.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't be into it.
I would not be into it.
But
it's just because it's not my preference. Not my preference.
More power to you, actually.
Yeah. I think we should say.
I hope you find what you're looking for. Honestly,
No, I think we should say if you're in a spot where you're uncomfortable with yourself, just be yourself. Because it takes a lot of confidence to.
We've both been there. To the point where at one point I was in a very serious thing. When I was in college, there was a point in my life where I was honestly considering getting in a car and just driving somewhere and literally not letting anybody know, throwing my cell phone away, literally going off the map and going crazy because it was I was at that point in my life.
You're
and then I talked to a couple people about it.
Yeah. It's good to talk. That's why we want to open up the conversation to you guys.
Exactly.
That's why we're it's all fun and games. I think I'd say 95 of the podcast was so fun and and we keep it lighthearted. And then we get to this, and it has to be talked about because it's stop it, please.
Something because there's people out there that are
they're struggling. We see that in the news, and because they don't have the proper outlets, they don't have the proper support system like we have.
We're here to offer. We
can be your friends.
We're gonna be fun. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be, but we do take stuff serious.
Yeah, but it's you have people that care about you no matter what you do. There's gonna be support. My parents probably aren't gonna like this, but they're gonna be happy that I'm happy doing it. I mean, it's not gonna be a full-time thing. It's just a hobby. It's a nice hobby that we enjoy. And
we're gonna try and do it at least once a week.
At least, I want to. Hopefully, we can record next week. I really like that.
Exactly.
I just want everyone to know that you're not alone. If you need the help, find the help you need. You're stronger for talking about it. And you're not weak. You're not a coward. You're nothing you think you are. You're so strong. I mean that in a good way. You're stronger than you know. You're very resilient. And keep fighting the good fight. It's a topic very close to my heart. Our friend Nick a while back is taking his life. I mean, I've had a few friends I've lost a few friends in college, through accidents and and just parting ways in different scenarios, and I regret not telling them how much I care about them or love them, and meet them in my life. And if I don't know you, you know that, and you're watching this, you're important to me because you're listening to this and you're a viewer, and that's amazing to me because we. Hopefully one day we can get fans.
Exactly.
And you could potentially be the first fan. You could be one of the day one followers.
Start us off right.
And I think I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. And it's like if even if it just doesn't turn into anything, it's fun.
I'm still gonna keep.
I enjoy doing it.
It's fun.
We have topics. I didn't think it was gonna work. I genuinely. I thought we said that
I thought we'd get there and be like, what do we talk about?
I think it was. I thought it was stiff in the beginning, but it's just like we were going. That segues were good. But yeah. It was fun.
Yeah,
I think and we hope we can do more questions. We're not getting trolled.
Right. You're right.
And
so now that you see that we're gonna answer questions, we're gonna take this.
We're taking it seriously. We're taking your questions seriously.
Right.
Take us a bit seriously.
Granted, there's a couple questions that we probably won't take seriously, but
yeah, I mean, we sift through it. We don't mean to sift. We don't mean to sift through it, but we're not big. We're just we're asking friends and family, and and maybe some random followers online.
Yeah,
if you're gonna goof on us, we're gonna goof on you.
Yeah,
we're probably better than you.
Trust me, you'll get the worst of it.
We're wordsmiths, if you can't tell. We keep saying like and No, but I guess the final question we got was, how big is our dicks? And we're going to answer that.